Wait, I swear I know that guy.
It was great. I learned a lot. I'd like a career on the radio for sure. I mean, well, I wasn't sure at first, but after my day here at Five Bridges Radio, I can definitely see a future in the business.
Why don't you introduce the next song, Tyler?
Yeah, sure. This is Radio by... Who? Who's he? Ralph?
He's a surprise guest. All part of your work experience.
Yes, it's me. If you're aware of the programme The Dumping Ground on BBC One, then you would have seen my very, very brief cameo appearance on there. Shout out to my subscriber, NUFC_FTW, for spotting that one out. I didn't even realise it was put out there. I think it was on last Friday. Filmed that last September, so it does take a while before it actually gets put out there. Obviously you can see that. So if you want to see the full version, it's on BBC iPlayer, but again, there's not much more from me on that episode, but I am doing some more extra work on some other channels, so yeah, you'll probably come across some more cameo appearance from myself on maybe BBC One or even ITV. So anyway, getting to the preview, Birmingham versus Newcastle United. God, I'm sick of the sight of these guys, seriously. 4th time we've played them this season. Obviously the first time round we played them, we won 4-0. After that, Gary Rowett gets sacked. Then they bring in Gianfranco Zola. Since then, he's won 2 out of his last 18 games. Absolutely abysmal run of form. During that time period, we've played them 2 more times, obviously in the Cup. First time round was at St Andrews, should I say. Drew 1-1, Murphy scored, and then Jutkovic finally scored for them. Probably should have won the game, Birmingham that is. Obviously then the replay went to St James's Park. We put out the kids, beat them 3-1, which leads us on to the 4th time, the 2nd time we played them in the league, again at St Andrews. So, what's gone on since then? Now, the first time we played them, they were 7th, just hovering around outside the playoff position. I believe we might have been 1st at the time, on a good run of form, or just after the run of form. I'm not too sure about that one. Obviously, we won 4-0. Gary Rowett gets sacked. From there, they were 7th, and now they're in 17th place. So they've dropped down, 10 places, basically, a hefty amount since Gianfranco Zola's been in charge. Is Zola the one to blame, or is it the players? I don't know. I don't really want to get into the politics behind all the rest of it now. All I know is that they've dropped down a hell of a lot since Rowett's gone. Rowett's fantastic English manager. They should have kept hold of him, but I believe they wanted to get more of a figurehead, more of a known manager to kind of get that brand out there of who Birmingham City are internationally, and that's not really worked out very well for them. Now, going into the game now, in terms of injury news, start off with Birmingham City. They welcome back, or should be welcoming back, Clayton Donaldson into the side. He's been out, I think, with an Achilles injury for the last 3 months. So, again, he'll be a welcome addition to their strike force alongside Jutkovic as well. Also, Maghoma is fit to play, and Reece Brown is now available after his stint at Chesterfield. Newcastle United, on the other hand, now I've done this video with an intent after the press conference on a Friday. Usually I do it before, but again, I thought I'd wait till after the press conference because I find out so much more at the press conference, and lo and behold, we find out that Kieran Clark will not be available for the game. Same with DeAndre Yedlin, but we probably knew that from before anyway, because obviously he had that thigh injury. But with Clark, I think he's suffering a medial ligament injury. So again, that will keep him out certainly from this game. So again, it's a choice of out of either Mbemba or, of course, Grant Hanley to step into that centre-half position alongside Lascelles. Bearing in mind that Lascelles does play as well, because again, he could be dropped as well. Me personally, I would like to see Lascelles and Mbemba. That partnership from before, obviously in the Premier League and at the start of the season, was immense. I'm not too sure on why. Obviously, they've stopped playing together. Obviously, Kieran Clark and Lascelles have worked well together, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't mind seeing those two paired together as well. Hayden also is back in training, as we wanted to know before, and also Rolando Aarons is back in training as well. So, barring all that, everyone else is fit and raring to play. It's going to be a tough one. I know it's going to be, because obviously we've won 2 out of the 3 games that we've played against them. Obviously, they drew in between. They're not doing too well. We're off the back of a 3-1 home loss against Fulham, and usually when we play a team that we think we can beat, we've got that confidence, you know, it all goes tits up, and especially after we've lost our home game against Fulham as well. So rather than me saying we're going to walk this game against a 17th place team, a team that has not won, well, too many games under Zola. I think they've won 1 game out of their last 6 games. Compared to us, we've won 3 out of our last 6. I'm going to go with a cautious, I still think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a cautious 2-1 victory, depending on who we play. And when I say that, is we need to go with the likes of Gale up top. If they do go with Paul Robinson, who plays for Birmingham City, 38-year-old, I would like to see him getting in behind the likes of Paul Robinson, running him ragged. I mean, they have got a decent defence. They've got Shotton in there, who's pretty pacey as well. They do tend to play with this wing-back system as well, which is something that we could kind of counter-attack against. They do like to get forward a lot. They do have a lot of strength in depth in terms of that midfield area as well. They've got the likes of Tesche, who likes to sit deep. Davis I was impressed with as well. They also brought back Gardner. He's a threat as well. But bearing in mind we are top of the table, I think we have enough strength in depth just to have enough to override what they can do in midfield. I think midfield, especially in that central midfield area, is going to be the key battle there. Shelvey and Colbert in particular. Also in the wide positions, I'm hoping that we get this correctly now, and we play Richie on the right hand side and Attu on the left hand side. In the past game we played them the other way round, didn't work at all. I know Richie likes to play on this left foot, very left footed, but can play on the right hand side. And I think he actually operates better on the right hand side. Atsu, even worse in my opinion in that circumstance, that he's a very one-footed player, and I would play him on the left hand side if that makes sense to you guys. I hope it does, because it makes sense to me anyway. In defence, again, it's going to be a bit of a makeshift thing. As I said, Yedlin's going to be missing out. Clark is definitely out. There's doubts on Dummett as well. So again, we could see the likes of Anita coming at right back, either Hanley or Mbemba coming out at centre back, and maybe even Jesus Gomez coming in at left back as well. Goalkeeping situation pretty much picks itself. Darlow in goal usually, although Elliott hasn't played a game in the first team since he's come back from his injury. So again, it might be the time to put him in there. Who knows? Who knows with Rafa Benitez anyway? One thing that we do know is that we definitely need to keep the momentum going. Said Brighton are level on points with us at the moment, so we definitely need to win this game. Drawing is not an option at all, because Huddersfield catching up as well. I'm sure Reading is going to be there or thereabouts, along with Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday, and we've got obviously those games still to come as well. So it's going to be a tough run in, especially going into next month in April, when we've got 7 games to play. So as always, I give my prediction of what the scoreline is going to be. Usually I get them wrong. I think I've got 2 right this season, if that. I'm going to still go with that 2-1 victory. I'm still going to keep to it. Again, I'm not going to be down at the game, unfortunately. So, again, you might just having to deal with me with this preview. Maybe a cheeky press conference in there if I manage to get it up on the channel. And also the review of the game and my instant reaction after the 90 minutes is done. So, that's enough from me wittering on. Hope you guys enjoyed the preview, and hope you enjoyed my little intro as well. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Probably at the next home game, which is Wigan. Keep it soon. Peace.